In this episode, I'm looking at outlier detection, which is a part of our NRQL alerts. So I'm going to be using the outlier threshold in that function to alert on outlier behavior. To help to explain this one, let's have a look at an example. So I've added load balancing to my hosts, so I'd expect them to have similar behavior with a similar workload across them. But I'd like to be notified then if one of the hosts behaves differently from the rest of the group. To do this, we're going to use the NRQL alert condition, but it's important there's two things we need to remember. One, we need to use the facet clause to specify the group. Select average CPU percent from system sample, facet hostname. And step 2, we need to use the outlier threshold type in the NRQL alert condition. For example, if I'm looking at my infrastructure and my system metrics for my hosts, I can see here I'm getting deviation in some of my hosts from the other set. So I'm going to add an alert condition. I've added an alert condition here. This is an NRQL alert, and I've given it the condition name, detect outlier host using NRQL and facet. Define your signal. So here I've got the average CPU percent from system sample, and I can see that spike in those metrics below. What I need to do is those two steps. I need to add the group using the facet, and just wait for that chart to update. And then I need to use the outlier function rather than the static threshold. The outlier then gives me the opportunity to specify a number of groups. I've just got one group here, and this is going to give me the option then in the options to specify when any of the facets deviate from the center of the group. I'm going to leave it at 5 minutes for the time period, but I'm going to say it needs to move by 20 or more. And that would have highlighted that spike to me since one of those hosts is behaving differently to the others. I can then fine-tune the settings and even add some additional settings like custom violation descriptions. And that's how to set up using NRQL and the facet and the outlier function to spot any outlier behavior in your hosts. I hope you've enjoyed watching this episode of NerdBytes. We look forward to seeing you on the next one.